Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. Okay, we need to pay attention to this because there's some disturbing news coming out of Texas. And if you guys saw this, it was kind of surprising. I figured if this was going to come anywhere, it was going to be in California. We are now getting these lunatic liberals, these pro-illegal supporters, I guess, if you will, getting violent. Now, many of you have probably seen the stories that attacks on ICE agents are up 500%. Okay. Again, looking at the California ones, the people are in the street throwing stuff at ICE agents and everything. Texas has gotten a little worse in the last couple of days. The other day, I think it was Monday, you had people literally shooting at ICE agents. Now, these guys got arrested. They got caught. But to the point where one ICE agent was shot in the neck by one of these protesters. Okay, one of these pro-illegals. It's kind of interesting when you read the names where they're coming from. And believe it or not, they're mostly either Hispanic or white that are causing all these problems. So before anybody jumps off and says, oh, gee, somebody's being violent, going by race, no, it's not. Okay, don't even go there. This is just lunatics. But that brings it to, what do you do? This is Texas, mind you. Okay, and these people that were shooting were from Texas, from Minnesota, from New York. They're traveling to go cause mayhem. Again, this goes back into what I say over and over and over again. Do not go anywhere unarmed. Because in this case, there was somebody hiding in the tree line and taking aim. Now, of course, like I said, they found him. There's another guy that unloaded, as the news story went, 20 to 30 rounds, so one magazine, depending on what size mag he had. But then they started doing searches of these guys' cars, of their houses, and they were finding all sorts of paraphernalia, guns, ammunition, okay, fine, flags, manifestos, etc., etc., etc. This is what is out there, and this is what we need to pay attention to. Now, this isn't the only issue that we have to worry about. This came out of a former FBI agent who was on the Joint Terrorism Task Force, or was on at least, talking about Iranians. And, of course, under Joe Biden's wonderful border policies, how many Iranians came into the country illegally? And again, we go into the military-age males stuff. This guy was making the case, and this is where I found it actually a little bit funny, because you can tell this guy is just a suit, that these sleeper cells are setting up in rural communities, and the attacks on the United States are going to be in rural communities, not in the city, because the pressures are on them too much in the city. Okay, I can tell you've never lived in a rural community in your life. See, here's the deal. In a rural community, a lot of you guys can agree with me on this one, they're not waiting for government to protect them. They're not waiting for the police to show up. In rural communities, they take care of their own. I mean, at any given time in my county, there's 2 or 3 sheriffs on duty in the entire county. Okay. I know there's been times where we've had to call the sheriff. It's been a couple of years now. They showed up about an hour and 15 minutes later. Okay. Yeah, I'm not waiting that long. It's the other thing about rural communities. Pretty much anybody that lives out in a rural community is armed. And we take care of each other. The guys and gals out in the rural communities, we own the guns and the backhoes. Okay? This isn't like New York City or something like that where you can't own a gun or you can't buy ammunition or whatever. Those are the soft targets. You want to go after the hard targets if these terrorists, as this guy is talking about, going after rural communities? Good freaking luck. We'll send you to hell to meet Allah and your 72 virgin goats faster than you can shake a stick. All right. But this is what's being broadcast, if you will, to the public, to put fear in. Like, oh, the cities are safe because the police are there. The rural areas aren't safe. This is where they're going to attack. No offense to anybody, but I'm betting a lot of you who live in areas like I do, there aren't a whole lot of Middle Eastern people out here. I'm just saying, it's, at least where I am, it's pretty lily white. All right. Somebody who's not is, are they out of place? No. I mean, there are people of color. There's a Indian guy who owns a tobacco store here up in Tazewell. There's a black guy who works at the grocery store. Okay. But that's about it. Okay. I'm just telling you, it's like you almost do a double take when it's not a white face in front of you in a rural community. So all of a sudden, if you got a band of Middle Eastern people, they're going to be watched a little closer, right? And you think that, or this guy at least thinks, that the Iranians are going to target rural America. What are they going to go blow up? You know, Susie's Diner? You know, maybe if you go out to a high school football game, there might be a crowd there. But as I've told you many times, my entire county has 19,000 people in it, all right? You'd have to take out the entire county to be, you know, or what, at least 1/6 of the county to be what the World Trade Centers were on 9/11. I'm just saying. And the deal is, we'll fight back. This is where it comes. People need to remember this. People need to listen to these stories. The good guys, us, and the bad guys, the lunatic liberals or the Iranian sleeper cells, don't try that in a small town. I'm just telling you. Because we ain't going to put up with it. We aren't the pansies that live in Washington hiding behind our desks, screaming, "Oh my God, I think I'm going to get killed," as some guy walks through the Capitol Rotunda and you're 2 buildings away, right, AOC? No. We'll stand up, squared off with you. We won't start the fight, but I guarantee you, rural America will finish it. Don't bring that crap to my house. Don't bring it to your house. Like I said, we got the guns and the backhoes, and we know how to use them both. Your choice. Pinball out.